Okay. What I'm listening for right now, and I can't hear it in these headphones. I had a problem with this mic the last time in my sound check. And I think my desktop might be downloading something because it's super, super laggy. So this will not be a very long hangout at all whatsoever. And there are a couple people in there. To the couple people that came in. Let's see. Hopefully, oh, cool. I'm hearing myself, and I don't hear any clicks. It sounds pretty clean. It sounds very clean, which is good. So now we're going to try, hopefully, with the guitar, and I'll scan in. All right, let's try one. But I'm hoping that the guitar won't overpower the vocal. I'm going to be playing at what are we looking at? 7:00. I'm the first person that goes up. 7:00, Red's Room Entertainment on Facebook. And so if you hear any buzzing or anything like that, please let me know in the comments. Thanks for being here. And I'll do a test song with some reverb. It's not in tune yet. So forgive me for that. From the very start, Lord, you knew my heart. Still you took the blame. It went black, and you carried my shame. And I will never understand something like the depth of your love for the sinful man. All right, I don't know if I'm still going. What I do hear is there's some clipping of the guitar, and that could be in the settings. We're gonna hope. Yeah, I got automatically adjust my volume, which I don't want. I want some stereo audio. And so let's see how this sounds. I put it live. Oh, wow. If you can still hear me, the camera just died. Check. Maybe the camera is killing the resources. Check. It keeps going in and out. And that's not going to be good. So far, so good. But if it's in the middle, it's maybe I should just use my standard. All right, is the audio fixed? Yeah, hopefully. I'm going to increase it a little bit, and then I'm going to watch on YouTube. Hopefully, if it's too loud, let me know. Wish there was a link on here to just watch on YouTube right away. You know? Doesn't that suck? There's some things that, yeah. Hey, Bruce. Yeah, well, it was clipping, though, like, because the sound quality wasn't good. I'm hoping it's not too loud. Now I'm going to listen back while I'm playing. The good thing is I can't hear it on here, but I don't hear any crackle. Because what happened to me last time was I had this awful crackle, and they made me sing out of my sound card. All right. All right, let's do... That sounded too loud, the guitar. So I'm going to turn the guitar down a little bit. Still pretty loud, but I think that might be... I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit. Okay, it's kind of crashing still. The internet here is just not, it could be I have a cable that actually is going outside and then back inside. And maybe that cable's finally just going kaput. It's not telling me anything here, but... Watching you live in my stream. We're watching you from Bill's... Hey, what are you doing? I'm just sound checking. You guys are bored. All right, we're gonna do you can make requests. I'll do a song that I know off the top of my head. Well, I could do one of mine too, but we'll start with Revelation song. How's that? Worthy is the Lamb who was slain. Holy, holy is He. Let me know if it's too loud. Sing a new song to Him who sits on heaven's mercy seat. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty, who was and is to come. Yeah. He says echoes too much. Well, Rod didn't like reverb. It might be a little too much on this. With all creation I sing praise to the King of Kings. You are my everything. That's probably to Rod's satisfaction almost. As I will adore you. Let me listen on my guitar. Oh. Ross says he's a better songwriter. All right. Hey, more the merrier, man. Especially when it's for the Lord. But I'll teach you guys, since you're watching, I'll teach you some Hebrew again. We've done this before. This is one of my songs. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. The Deuteronomy Shema, since 5 or 6. I can't remember what it is. Like 6:5, 5:6. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Echad, Bill. Echad, not Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai. I gotta remember how to sing it. Eloheinu, Adonai. Now the main thing I'm hoping for is that there's no crackle or anything other than echo. Echad, echad, not echad. I've got a question. Do you know the King of the Jews, the promised Messiah, the Holy One who you must choose to gain eternal life with grace, $9.99 and a free set of Ginsu knives, 4 installments, and forgiveness from all of your sin. This King is named Jesus. He once died, but he rose again. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Another question. This deals with that, Bill. Have you, no. Are you, wait, another question. Do you grasp the 3 in 1? Echad is the usage, yet it means more than the singular one. The Shema, it states the plural. When God could have used the word, not Yachid, Bill, Yachid. Echad is the usage. The word that God used for Adam and Eve, and the 2 shall become Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai. I don't know where I'm going. Echad. And on the recorded version, Randall Yamamoto does this great bass line, so you got to listen to it. I put a link there, but it's also one of my funkier songs. But he's not here to do his bass thing. If you want to know how to play it, it's I think that's a D7. It's not a D minor. What's a D minor? That's a D. I can't remember how to play a D minor, Raw. That might be it. Somehow I'm thinking this is a D7, but I don't think it is. So maybe D minor, and then it's a C. It's a C, but it's considered a C9, and then an F2, or you can just do an F. But it sounds cooler like this. So that the chord progression that you're using is you keep your pinky there, and then to G, so you can keep your pinky and your ring finger on that same little part. So you just stay here. Shema Yisrael, C2, to how you like it. Adonai, that F2, Elo to G, Heinu, and that's the whole song. It is copyrighted already. If you use more than 2 fingers, it's wrong. Well, I'm really only using these when I pluck, so I don't pluck correctly. I actually like... And I'll close with one more song. And I love this song, but one of the reasons I love it so much too is because it takes me to a higher range, and I have to walk on water a little bit, which is Fine by Me. And especially when I do it in a live performance, because I think I did it once before. Love You Too, Ra, because it is a hard song to sing, and there's so much room to crack and totally mess up. It's by a guy named Corey Asbury, and there's a great version of this song on YouTube that hopefully it'll show up here. Why did it go to PowerPoint? No. And he sings with his wife. And he's well known for a song by the name of Reckless Love, which was very popular. But this song, Dear God, it's not opening up for me. So I'm going to let me go into the worship file rather than search for it. But the version with his wife is really, really pretty. You were enjoying this. Yeah, but I don't want, I feel bad. I'm hijacking your chat without trying. I didn't mean to. But happy you're here. Again, I'm looking for comments related to that. Now, Raw, I took off the reverb for you, Raw, the majority of it. I think it's still there when I'm singing. I'll probably have about that much. But it's still loading. I had some issues with this resetting. So far, so good. Although my mouse isn't working, I think it froze. All right, let's try this. Oh my goodness, when you're an old man, I need to share this with you. See if it works. Oh man, look at this. Old man, how do you read that? How indeed? That's going to be hard. There's got to be a way for me to increase the size, but I don't see a way. We're going to try it anyway. Dear God, I've been trying awful hard to make you proud of me, paying $9.99 in 4 installments. But it seems the harder that I try, all the harder it becomes. I'm feeling like I really need more reverb because it's going to get bad. And I feel like giving up. This is for you who might feel like giving up. Most of the time, there are a lot of people. You're not alone. Dear God, especially if you get into a smoky chat room in this next line, I've been chasing their approval and it's killing me. I need to act like a complete jerk in order to not be a soy boy and follow Smokey rather than tell what Jesus told us to do and Paul. And I know the more I try to prove, all the less I have to show. And I'm stuck inside my head for most of the time. Here you go, Ra. This is the hard part. This is where I have to go Coldplay. But if I pray a little harder, see, I already messed up. It's hard to do sitting down. If I follow all the rules, I wonder, could I ever be enough? Ooh. And 'cause I try, and I try, just to fall back down again. And I ask myself, why do you try? Do I try? Do I try? Not you. Do I try to chase the wind? That's a B minor. That's look like E minor in my old man eyes. I should lean into the mystery. Little aside there, I sang this song a couple weeks ago, and the Pastor Dana was talking about how the gospel isn't a mystery. So he was like, oh, way to talk about mystery. I said, well, there are a lot of mysteries with God. It's not the gospel, but the mysteries of why. This is about, God, why would you want to have a relationship with me and my wretchedness? And that's what this song's about too. So, and then he goes, okay. Then he was all right with it. All right. I should lean into the mystery. Like the Trinity, it's a mystery too. It's like, just because I understand it as best as I can doesn't mean that it makes any sense. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Like three persons in one God. It's You have to. It's hard to wrap your mind around that. If we're not honest about that, then people go, "Come on." It is strange. It's strange, that God could come down, be the Word in the form of man, come to earth, pray to Himself. He wasn't praying to Himself. There's three persons in one, and the early chosen people didn't understand that at all. And that's why, and they certainly don't now. It's one of the biggest problems I have. That's why in that Shema Yisrael I talk about the Trinity. All right, sorry. Sound still good, everybody? Hold on, let me see. Oh, America's Got Talent is not. Yeah, no, you. Yeah, no, I can handle the jest, believe me. I'm comfortable enough because listen. When you're singing worship in front of, 100 plus, it's not always 100, but it started out in that. I mean, I've sang worship in front of a lot of people, and I've never had a tomato thrown. So my ego singing is large enough that, look, I'm not Barry Manilow. I'm not Raw 5069. I'm Rob Reed, and I make a joyful noise, and that's good enough. And no one has told me to stop, at my church at least. And they see me live for 15 years singing now. Going on 16. Wow. Okay. 16 years in April. Okay. Seems like yesterday. I should lean into the mystery. Maybe hope is found in a melody. So I want to try again. Oh, I'm gonna try again. And then the song has God responding. It's sort of like, what's the other one? There's a Sidewalk Prophet song. Oh, no, it's what are you guys called? I can't think of it right now. But, there are a couple songs out there that we sing, and it's a little uncomfortable, but I like this because it lifts people up. And especially the soy boys in the crowd, but I was in the woman. I've had many, many ladies in our congregation just go, "Oh, that really spoke to me, this last line. This is God responding back to all of the comments of like, I've been trying hard to earn your approval." And then he responds. And it's the Ginsu knives is when he talks about the free Ginsu knives if you pay 4 installments of $9.99 first grace. Kidding. And dear child, I hope you know how much I love you, and I'm proud of you. And please believe the thoughts I have for you will never change or fade away. And when you felt like giving up, oh, I keep hitting the mic with my chin. Just know I never did. It's also a nice song from a father or a mother to their son or daughter. 'Cause I'm not scared of imperfections or the questions in your head. Just know that you have always been enough. I need to make sure Wow, where's the last page? 'Cause you tried, and you tried, and I saw you wrestle with every how, every why. I was right there listening. So just fall into the mystery. Don't have all the answers. It's not what it's about. I'll meet you here in the melody and try, just to try again. Do it for sake, because you might learn some lessons, but it has no salvific value. Oh child, would you try again? Don't give up. My child, you can love again. This might have been a song that Corey Asbury wrote for a friend who was divorcing or something. Could be that too. So that was it. And he said to me, let's put this up here. Revelation 21:6. And he said unto me, it is done. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give unto him that is athirst of the fountain of the water of life freely, not for $9.99. Hey, Sister Sunshine, so good to see you. I didn't know where you were. Thank you. Corey Asbury. And look up the version. It's called Dear God with his wife, and I don't remember what her name is, but it's really nice, and she sings a part of it. I will probably perform that. Sound checking at 6:30. You guys have helped me, and hopefully in Zoom that I will not be crackling there. So pray for me for that. Also, if you could, since we have 6 people here, and as far as I can tell, all Christian brothers and sisters, please pray for one of my friends who's a member of my congregation, and he's now in hospice care, cancer, terminal, but we have great hope that we know where he's going, and we know where he's going to be. He's going to be at the feet of Christ and at the Bema seat, and all God's going to see is Jesus and his righteousness, because he's a great brother. He's struggled for a couple years. He's not much older than I am, and some of us in here. Hey, Bond. So he probably has no more than 48 hours. I got an email from the pastor. So please pray for him, and for his family. His wife is the secretary at our church. She's been out for a while, so she could spend as much time with Ed. I'll say his name's Ed. So pray for Ed. Pray for Robin, his wife, and his kids, Delaney and Justin and Alex. And yeah, there's the names. I won't say their last names, so they won't be looked up. I don't know who's watching, but I'm hoping maybe. I doubt it. I think that he's struggling right now on his last legs, but I can't imagine what the family's going through at this time. Is not COVID, with so many other families dealing with that stuff. It was pancreatic cancer. And so I encourage folks, if you feel anything, slightest anything, once you get into your 50s, go talk to your doctor. For instance, I'll tell you this. I think I told folks that I had this checked out. There was a part here that was cancer 4 years ago, and it was the bad kind. It actually looked like a nipple that was growing on my face. And I was like, well, that's weird. And I have to shave, and so it's weird that it's there. I'll have to talk to the doctor, and they check it, and they go, oh, yeah, it's cancer. And they had to do the Mohs surgery, where they do like a circle there and just take out a circle's worth of skin and then sew it back. So unfortunately, it wasn't like a good facelift. And so the weird thing is that I start noticing on the scar that it's a little bit red. And I went just for a physical 2 months ago, a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, just to make sure my blood work was okay. And it's okay. It's mostly okay. It's just the pre-diabetes thing I got to watch. But that's another story. Don't pray for me. Pray for Ed, Robin, Alex, Delaney, and Justin for now. But it turned out that the redness there was cancer again, but it was not the bad kind. It wasn't spreading. It wasn't, in other words, it was benign. The other one was malignant that they took off, and it wasn't the same cancer. So that was strange. It's like, what Kairos moment do you have for me, God, right now? I don't understand. Other than I think it's like to relay message that God has, if you're sitting here and you're with me, God has a use for you still. You are part of the body, part of the hands and feet, and as your body is a temple, and it is something that's been given us by the Lord, make sure, if you feel something, go talk to the doctor. Go see your doctor. And you never know, like the thing I thought was nothing. In fact, I mentioned it casually at the end. He said, is there anything else? And I said, yeah, I don't know. There's something right here. I noticed this redness in the last 4 months on the scar, and it's just weird. It's like kind of flaky and stuff. What do you think? And and he was more cautious than I wanted him to be, and told me to go to the dermatologist. Went there. I went there. She scraped some stuff and goes, "Oh, okay." Didn't act like it was a big deal. And then when I came back, she goes, "Oh, it's cancer." Oh, okay. But all they did was lase it, burn it. They did the biopsy, so I still have a little bit of a scar there, and that's red, so it's got me concerned. But I think it's only been a month or so. Oh, and Sister Sunshine, all right, we're gonna pray for you. Currently at home with COVID, because I know you've had some issues, particularly breathing. So Lord, we pray that the lungs will be clear, that there will be a speedy healing. Hopefully you haven't had it long, Sister Sunshine, and hopefully it's not beating you up. I think you have said that you were vaccinated, and like I said, I'm pretty sure that I had the Omicron around Christmas time, and it was next to nothing. And there are people that I'm hearing that are very, very bad shape. So, yeah, we're praying for speedy healing. We're praying for clear lungs. We're praying for limited symptoms. Please let us know, and you don't have to do it publicly if you don't want. That's fine. I'm on Facebook with you. I thought I said I was going to play one more thing, and then I forgot. I will, though, for you if you want. Goodness of God is a nice song. And and this one is definitely, that's awesome. See? The Omicron, in fact, here's an example too. The secretary paralegal in our office tested positive. She got the positive result a week ago last Wednesday, so like 10 plus days ago. The test she had was on Tuesday morning. I had lunch with her within 3 feet, no masks, in our conference room on Monday and Tuesday, the day she tested positive. So did 2 other people, and none of us got sick except her. She tested positive, and she wasn't so bad, which was really good. And none of her children got it, which is also a plus too. They're vaccinated. But anyway, I'm really, really happy about that. So we're going to continue vaccination. I think it worked for me. I actually tested negative when I tested, but I think I tested too early. I tested the morning that I started to feel something, but I didn't have to sneeze. I didn't blow my nose. And of course, that rapid test, it tests your nose, and I don't know if it was in there. So off to bed. I'll give you a little lullaby, Bill. I'm not here that much longer. I'm going to do one more song so you can stay, unless, the wife is calling you. And hey, Rock, good to see you. Let's try Goodness of God. Johnny Cash style. But it's not coming up. And it's not coming up because I lost my... I paid for this PDF software, and I can't find... It reset itself. And I can't find... It's pretty lame. Let's see if I can unzoom this. This is going to be... Dang it. Let's do Goodness of God. Come on. I'm sorry for this. I think I'm freezing again. All right. I love you, Lord. Oh, your mercy never fails me. All of my days I've been held in your hands. From the moment that I wake up till I lay my head, I will sing of the goodness of God. All my life you have been faithful, even when I didn't believe. All my my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, I will sing of the goodness of God. I love your voice. You have led me through the fire in darkest night. You are close like no other. I've known you as a father. I've known you as a friend. I will sing of the goodness of God. All my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, I will sing of the goodness of God. And then I think there's a bridge here. There it is. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. With my life laid down and surrender now, I give you everything. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Been faithful. All my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, I will sing of the goodness of God. I will sing of the goodness of God. Amen. Let's see. Yeah, now go to bed, Bill. Sorry, I kept you up. Good mix of volume. That's what I wanted to hear, so thank you. Now the hope is that when I do Zoom, it's not going to be so bad. He is here among his own and in us. That is a truth. Let me put all these truths up from Sister Janet. Janet Duttridge, who is called by some here Gutteridge because she's nice. Yeah. I'm a soy boy, mounted by Satan. He says that, of course, in Christian Love, apparently, because I'm nice to people. That if you're nice to somebody, you are then supporting whatever it is they stand for. So if I buy dinner for a transsexual, that means I think transsexuality is great. No. If I give a glass of water to a person in a gay pride parade in the midst of summer and it's 95 degrees, I've shown them the love of Christ. I have not accepted the lifestyle. There's so much of a difference by even agreeing to disagree. And every point of the Bible we are called to that. We're called to peace. We're called to live at peace, if at all possible, with not just my neighbor. It's with all people. We're called to love our neighbor. Now, that means, we turn out, it's interesting that we end up, and I, myself included, I sponsor somebody through World Vision or whatever it is, one in Colombia, I think, or no, Indonesia, and another one in Haiti. They got me, I went to a concert to see Robbie C., and he was sign-ups for Haiti right after their major earthquake about 10 years ago, whatever it was. And I don't regret it. It's perfectly fine, but it's interesting how, we love our neighbors so far away. And meanwhile, I got guys in tents within a mile, and, I could give them money per month, right? Instead, but we always, we go far out, but God says, love your neighbor. That includes your family. That includes everyone in your household. If you have problems with people in your household, correct that. Love them. And love isn't agreeing with everything they stand for. Love, and this is my pastor's definition, and I'm paraphrasing, and then I'll close out on this, is it's not approving of what people do when you're gentle and nice to them. It is seeking the good for that person. And that can include correcting them gently. It can include guiding them to the cross gently. But in the end, the only one who brings people to the cross is God himself. We are used by God, but we're not the ones that saves anybody. We're not the one just because I point somebody to the cross. That's why we can't get frustrated. That's why we can't be Martin Luther. To the Jews, oh man, Martin, and that'll probably happen to all of us. If God willing, I'm able to live to my 90s or I forget what Martin was, maybe in his 60s or 70s. But he got crotchety and he got angry and he got frustrated and impatient, probably because he was sick and he knew that his time, or he was just feeling the effects of age, and his time was short, and he wanted to bring particularly Jewish people to the kingdom, and they weren't listening to him. And he got frustrated, and he called them every horrible thing you can imagine, that if I saw it before I went to a Lutheran church, I might have never walked in. You see what that happens. And that is where Martin Luther is not the example that we follow in the same way that Smoky Saint is not, and the like, in their manner of calling people horrible names. Yes, because it hurts their feelings. If you hurt somebody's feelings when you stand up for the truth, that's one thing. If you hurt something because the truth is the truth, God is the truth, the gospel is the truth. If you hurt somebody and somebody gets mad at you because you say, Jesus is the only way. Jesus said himself, John 14:6, "I'm the way, the truth, and the life. Nobody comes to the Father except through me." It's like, can all religions be, can't we just say everyone's right? No, because Muslims will say, no, that ain't the truth, what Jesus said right there. And we say, yeah, it is. And if you don't know Jesus, then you can't get in. If you don't believe on the Lord Jesus Christ, there's no guaranteed ticket for you. That's the only guaranteed ticket. That's the gospel. And so, that needs to be the focus, and I'm going off on a tangent. And so if I offend somebody by telling them that basic truth, which of course it's offensive, the gospel is offensive. Jesus said that those in the day that he was talking to, you're going to be persecuted because of me, just for this. Now, we don't see anything close to that kind of persecution here. They do, our brothers and sisters in Korea, China, not in Korea, but China and the Middle East. Oh my goodness. Where if you own a Bible in some places, you could get killed. We don't face anything close to that, but the people who first believed did. And that is one of the substantial reasons why I believe is because of the witnesses of those who came before me, particularly those who lived at the time of Jesus, particularly folks like Paul and Timothy and Peter and James, also particularly the brother of Jesus himself, who told everyone at the time that he was on the cross, I'm sure, like, I got nothing to do with him. He's a crazy man. And then he saw him post-death. And he saw him, and how do we know that's true? I don't know. He was his brother. He lived with him. He communed with him. They had the same mother. That, of course, he would know who it is, that when he goes, wait a minute, I saw you dead. We buried you. What? It's you. How did that happen? And then Jesus probably said something like, hey, remember that time I talked about the temple in 3 days? Hello. And then James goes, oh, and he believed. And Thomas wasn't sure either. He says, oh, let me touch these, let me touch the holes in your wrists and your feet, and let me touch the the gouged spear injury on your side. And then he believed. But blessed are those like us, if you do believe, who didn't have to touch and actually see it. But it's those witnesses that came before who, in almost every case, except I guess John's, died for their belief. And I'm sorry that I'm not dying for anything that I would not have personally witnessed, and or at least had enough support from witnesses who did actually see all these things who could have been contradicted, but they were not. The tomb was empty. And that's a minimal fact that we know, that it's very difficult for anybody to get past, including the early Jews. And the early Jews had to write in the Talmud, where we see reference to a Yeshua, as they would call a fraud. The only thing they could say is his followers stole the body. And Scripture tells us that the body was guarded. And of course it would have been guarded, because they would have wanted to prevent this from happening. They would have wanted to stifle the whole movement. And how do you stifle the movement? You kill the leader. And once the leader's over, unless somebody steps up, it's done. And what did everybody do? They hid. They ran away, including the closest to Jesus. I do not know him. 3 times, Peter. And that is the rock upon which the church was built. Wow. Jesus, thank you for loving us despite our amazing failures. Starting out with a guy who denied you 3 times. So if you're feeling doubt, if you don't know for sure, just continue to look in. It's a great hope to have, because I'll tell you, and they say it's an invisible sky daddy and it's a false comfort. I don't know. I maybe that's the case. I don't believe that to be the case, but I do know that it is extremely helpful when I know that a brother right now, like if you were in here before, he's dying right now. He's in hospice care, and again, his name's Ed. He's going to probably be gone by the time we have our church service on Sunday morning. But I have a great hope, because he believed in the way, the truth, and the life. And he will go to the Father, because it will be through Jesus. It's nice and simple and easy. And so, yeah, if it's not true, if we're all just the result of a primordial soup by random chance, it won't matter. But I'll tell you that there's a reason, I'll say, that we have 3 religions that are very, very close together, the Abrahamic religions. And it's because 2 of them, well, I'll say Judaism. Judaism has all the truth there. 2 of them have all the truth that we need to know at their core. And Christianity, I speak as a Jewish person by birth, Christianity is nothing but the completion of Judaism. In other words, when Jesus died on the cross and said it's finished, it was the completion, the culmination of everything that was promised in the Old Testament, but now is the coming of the new covenant. And it was as liberal as you could get. Okay, sorry, I always say that with people, particularly my liberal friends, politically, who think that Christianity is so, like a country club with conservatives. And it's like, no, it's about as liberal as it gets, where all you need to do is believe on Jesus Christ and what he did. There's nothing you have to do to earn any extra favor. You just believe. You don't have to take classes. You don't have to recite something like the Muslims do. There's nothing you have to do. And then you're not graded on a report card. With the Muslims, the balances better go in your favor. And with the Jews, they don't really know. They're waiting. They're waiting for the promised Messiah, who Daniel said would come around the time of Jesus. They've been waiting for 2,000 years. And fortunately, God blessed me with having scales come off my eyes so that I could see the truth in that, hey, the Jews missed the Messiah. But fortunately for them, if they're breathing right now, a Jewish person, the Messiah is open for them. So there we go. It turned into a sermon. I'm on fire. I'm feeling good. It's a perfect time to lead worship. So I'm all ready. I think I was prayed up. I think you guys are praying for me because I feel on fire and I can't wait to go. And so check it out. I don't have a link right now. I don't think that it gets on there until later. But if you're on Facebook, look up Red's Room Entertainment, RED''S. And there are a lot of great artists. I'll be the first artist that starts in about an hour, sound checking in about a half hour. Thank you for helping me to sound check. I think hopefully everything will be good. Please pray for that. Pray for Ed and Robin and their kids. Again, Alex and Justin and Delaney, for peace and comfort at this difficult time. And continue to pray for Sister Sunshine. And pray for those that we always fight against too. We don't remind ourselves enough of that. And that's the hardest part for me in this walk. The hardest part for me in this walk on YouTube Christianity, and I've been on YouTube as long as I've been a Christian, almost exactly the same. I've been on YouTube a month longer than I've been a Christian. It has been quite a walk, and the hardest part for me is to seek blessings and good things for those who make me so mad, who represent Jesus in such an awful way, and then try and justify it. And lie and try and cause harm to brothers and sisters, and just seek strife and contention and all this stuff that's just behind the scenes with emails saying, did you know this guy did this? Did he do this? What are we going to do? Can I file a defecation complaint? Spelling is correct on YouTube. You meant a defamation complaint. Silly stuff. So let's encourage each other. That's what I'm going to start to do probably on Wednesdays here. So this is a good start. And I'll probably interview some other worship leaders and people that perform, and maybe have some live performances from other folks as well on this channel. I'm planning on that, however God leads, God willing. Thank you for watching. Check out Red's Room Entertainment, 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, which will be 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, which would be 3 o'clock in the morning for you Brits. So I expect that you're all going to be staying up. God bless you, and we will see you all later. I've got my outro. Bye.